Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? And welcome to Same Brain, the only game show that recognizes minorities, queers, and oh, I'm sorry, that's right, every other femme in the world more than just one day out of the year. That's right, it's the only game show where you can be wrong and still be right. I'm your host, Black Crystal, BK Crystal, or Kami-sama, if you will, holding it down here in not Austin, unfortunately. So if you see a little it's Florida. I know, probably just as bad as Texas. Don't worry, my panelists today are not all from Texas. Hopefully, dear God, I didn't check the script. Well, don't worry, we have an amazing lineup for our special episode today. That's right, oops, all femmes. I know, who thought we could get this many femmes together in a room? I did. Of course I did. You know I'm the queen of the waifus, so we had to pull everyone down. And we've got a stacked cast today. Our panelists here are going to be some I think you might have known, or maybe you didn't. Well, let's take a look of who we've got today. We've got an amazing lineup. We've got Allie coming through, who's going to be holding it down, looking extra spicy out there. I'm loving what you've done with the place. Of course, we've got an amazing friend of my Control Out Quinn, looking spicy as always. Yes, indeed, but our panelists keep coming through. Resni is killing it as well, looking like a snack baby. I'm trying to be on that couch. And of course, Avenzia holding it down for us as well. Oof. Beautiful, those glasses. I'm trying to get cooking too. So let me talk to you femmes, our panelists here. Let me see all you. How y'all doing? Hello, welcome to Same Brain.
Hello, hi, this is very exciting. Lovely to be here.
I am so thrilled. Again, IRL mixing with VTubing. Have y'all done collabs like this before, or is this par for course?
I personally have not done it. So
Yeah, this is the first.
exciting.
First for me.
Oh, I love it. See, as a weeb myself and a VTuber fan, I am excited. But I do have to ask you a question, Quinn. I'm going to put you on the spot. Have you done game shows before?
That's totally fine.
Or is this your first time?
Yes, I've done a lot of game shows. I feel like I'm just like the chaos demon. I definitely come in there like jump the shark, happy days, just like be chaotic. But I'm very excited to be here. I'm not a VTuber, but I'm very excited to like just show my face and answer these questions. I don't know how it's gonna go. My brain's really spicy, so.
That's good. We need spicy here. I'm seeing everybody looking a little shooketh. It's fine. I know we just got started. Don't worry. Y'all are going to get to have fun. Okay, this is the group right here. Our panelists get to chill, vibe. We get to know you by your answers. Now, our contestants, they're the ones that are going to have the hard problem here. So why don't we take a look and see who is going head to head today? Now, these people are very well known on the interwebs, but maybe not in your community. So I'm thrilled to be able to bring them to your attention. We're going to start up with our first contestant here. That's right, the legendary Die Hard Diva. Diva, baby, finally collabing, and it's on a game show. What the hell are we doing here, girl?
Oh my God! And on a Monday too?
I
mean,
know.
How can we function on a Monday? It feels like a second Sunday, but BK, I am so happy to be here. Thanks for having me here, BV. It'll be a lot of fun. You always gotta have a little chaos.
You
Always gotta
are
have a little bit of chaos.
I know. We need the chaos, and that's why I'm hoping you're bringing it here. So I'm gonna do the same question I asked
course.
Quinn. Game shows, is that your jam, or you're just coming in willy-nilly?
I feel like last year was the start of me doing game show. I was like on this cooking / game show, and then we did like this full like tech update game show, and then most recently I did like this horror show. So I guess it's in the car for me to try game shows. I'm always about reactions, gameplay, but you know what? A little bit of game show, I'm here for it.
Okay, well, it sounded like you're very versed, if you will. Well, we're going to have to take a little peek at who you're going up against, who I know has been quite a few productions and is talented themselves. So we're going to say goodbye to you and say hello to your competitor.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Oh, hello? Barbara? Oh, jump scared me. That is not the name of the game, Barbara. What is going on?
That, I gotta be honest, BK, that hurt my knees.
For you aging yourself, no need to do that.
Yeah, I crouched down for like literally 30 seconds, and I'm like, oh, that's too much. That's too much.
So Same Brain is not a game show where you work out. Well, maybe your brain, but not your body.
Good point. Good point.
Well, I am so thrilled to have you here, ex-Rooster Teeth, but still going strong when it comes to stinky drag voice acting realm. So I gotta say though, game shows, your jam? Are you something you enjoy, or are you just here for the funsies?
I am absolutely just here for the funsies. I am not a very competitive person. I played sports in high school, and that's where it stopped. Now I don't like confrontation. I don't like competition. I like letting other people win and just enjoying their joy. But I also, I want to play the game. So if I happen to win by happenstance, I'm not going to be mad at it.
That's crazy happenstance. The rest of the cast is lurking. I can see their faces. Barbara is a swindler. Barbara is a liar. For those of you know and have seen Survive Block Island, Barbara is somewhat of a master when it comes to certain games involving, I don't know, social deduction, which isn't really same brain, but it does take a lot of social interaction and getting in sync with our fellow panelists here. So I wouldn't put it past you for Barbara to play competitive on the low. So Diva, you better keep your eyes peeled, all right? All right?
I'm watching you.
Trying to say I don't play. All right, y'all. Well, those are our contestants for now, but let's do a quick little bit of housekeeping before we get into that first segment, right? So we do want to thank everybody so much for constantly supporting Same Brain. We've got to give one more huge shout out to our Patreon members, right? This show would not be possible without y'all constant support and interaction with the show. So if you would like to support us, we have many different tiers to be able to do that. Those links will be up in the chat. But we want to give a big warm welcome and thank you to our supporters for this episode and future episodes as we cook it. But enough of the spieling, enough of the scripting. Let's get into the hot seat, baby. Same braining it up. All right, so the hot seat is our first game, okay? We're gonna be asking some questions, fill in the blank, answer responses. Y'all are gonna lock those in. Now, here's the name of the game. We do this every episode. Are you trying to sync with the contestants or the contestants trying to sync with you? Don't ask me. It's your job to figure it out, okay? You want to get those matches and you want to get those points, contestants. And panelists, you get to have fun. Speak with your heart. Or don't. That's a part of the Same Brain. I'm going to become the voice of God as we get into our first question here. So buckle up and let's get ready to Same Brain it. It's an emergency. Who is the first person you call for help? All right, you feel free to talk it out. If you're stressed, it's okay. You can vocalize here, but don't reveal your answers, all right? We want to keep the game fair, okay? But I can see, even in the V2 models, I'm not kidding, I saw stress on Allie immediately. I gotta call you out. You looked stressed, girl. All right, we'll make sure we have those answers locked in there on your devices there as soon as you can. Again, I'm not really sure what I would answer here. I know Barbara's biting her nails already. It's the first question.
There's so many ways this could go because, I don't know the age range in here, and obviously I'm not going to ask, but I think the ages could also determine potentially the answer. So I'm very curious to see how this goes.
Okay, well, I am getting the word that we do have all of our answers logged in. So let's take us back to the board there and start with our contestants. Diehard Diva, baby. I gotta know, walk me through it. Where'd you get your answer? And tell us, all right? Where is it coming from?
You didn't say what type of emergency. So hear me out.
No, I did not.
So hear me out. You're going on a date for a first time. You want to look cute. You're emergency. You don't know what to do. Who you calling? Your BFFQ. I gotta call my best friend. Be like, help me out. What do I wear? What do I look like? I need some advice. So I base it on what type of emergency it is.
Okay.
It doesn't always have to be bad.
No, it doesn't. Best friend is a great ally to call in a pinch, so I'm not going to argue with you there. We'll have to see what our second contestant has for us. Barbara, let me know. What is your answer? It's an emergency.
So my brain literally split into two on this one. I was like, okay, originally my first gut instinct was my mom or dad, depending on which relationship is closer, potentially. But I also was like, well, now it'd be my partner. So that's what I went with.
Ew, being in love throws up vomits. Blech. Partners. Some of us aren't as lucky, Barbara. Some of us don't. I'm not sorry at all.
I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry.
All right, good answer. Good answer. So, panelists, buckle up. We've got best friend or my partner. We're going to start with you, Allie, there first. Bring us in on your answer here. What did you lock in?
I put my stepdad because he's generally the person that's most free. So I went with him because he can usually like drop anything and just like be like, okay, I'm on the way, or okay, let me see this, or okay, blah 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 blah.
No, that's great. Again, having a parent that you can rely on, 10 out of 10, and a great answer. But unfortunately, that's not a best friend nor partner. If it would, we don't go on that side of Pornhub. Anyway, all right. Unfortunately, that's not a match, but we still have some other panelists to reveal here. Let's go over to Quinn. Quinn, baby, talk to me.
Hey,
What's your answer?
okay,
Where'd you come from?
That was okay. I said a mom ? Because I feel like when there's an emergency, and especially like emotional ones, like there's a lot of like women in my life, and I have multiple mothers. So I was just like a mom. I would call one of my moms. I almost said dad, but I was just like,
I'm looking at Barbara's angry face right now. Barbara looks so pissed that she didn't lock it in.
Enter on partner. Shouldn't have done that.
A motherly
See, well, the first-
figure.
Yes,
Yes,
motherly
safe space.
figure. I would have took parent. I would have allowed it there, which is totally fine here. So we're going to make sure we get a chance to have all of our panelists to talk us through their answers there. All right, so let's take a look up here. Resni, talk to me. What did we lock in? How did we get there?
I put in mommy because I always call my mom for everything. Like weird stuff showing up on your body, I call mom. Like the toilet's clogged, I call mom. I'm in a car crash, I call my mom. So yeah.
So good answer. Again, a mom makes sense, but
It does.
Barbara's
Really
herself.
does. You know, Barb, I think we might be on the same sync because technically a partner can be your best friend too. So maybe we have the same brain.
Could I sync up with Diva on the next one?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, we still got one panelist left here. Please, I'm fingers are like this. Please, Avencia, please tell me we've got a match here. What was your answer? Where did you get it from?
So I wanted to think outside of the box. I was like, who would I call? And I said my mom.
Oh, man.
I said my mom because honestly, it was like the first thought in my head. Like, okay, if something were to happen right now, an earthquake, who am I going to call? I'm not going to call 911. I'm going to call my mom.
Mom saved the world, but unfortunately, no mom was an answer from our contestants. So no points for this first question. It's fine. First question is always a warm up. Now we're feeling each other out.
Very
We've
fair.
assessed the situation, right? We've
feel like-
warmed up.
Could I take a moment to sync with everybody through the power of the internet? All right, let's do it, folks. Get in my brain. Get in my brain.
No, in mine. Mine. It's Leo season. It's still about us. Mine. Come on, fellow Leos. You get it.
Okay, we're ready.
Oh,
We're prepped.
no, not
Let's
the
go.
zodiac signs
It's gonna be
coming
4 for
out
4,
this
baby.
early.
I mean, today's-
Ooh, all right,
today's
let's
full
get into
moon.
that next question there, right? Shake it off. Let's hop into it. All right. Name a fear that you have as a kid, but lose as an adult.
Ooh.
All right. A fear that you've had as a
One.
kid, but as an adult, you no longer have it. Take
I
a
have
second
more
there,
fears as an
Rooney.
adult.
Right?
That's
True.
true.
Adulting is scary. Ooh.
I'm still afraid of so many things.
You know what? I feel confident. I feel like some others, because we were talking about spooky season. Halloween season's almost here. This might be a good one. Just
Could
saying.
I change my
Okay.
answer? No, it's locked in, baby girl. You can't go back. All right. Well, it's sounding like all of our answers are locked in. Let's take a look at what our contestants put in here since you were so confident, Diva. Hit me. Where'd you got a spooky season? So you put what?
Said the dark.
That's such a good answer. That's I was going to change it too. It's so good.
Yep. when you're a child and you're in your room, maybe if you don't, share with your siblings, and your parents say goodnight and they shut that light off, the fear starts. But when you get older, you're like, you know what? I'm tired. It's been a long day. You hit the bed, you're gone. You have nothing to fear.
Cozy time.
Except adulting. But that's another story. That's another question.
Okay, the dark is a good answer. It's fair though. I wasn't afraid of it as a child, though I've gotten more afraid of it as an adult. I don't know what that says about me, but this isn't about me. I'm on the panelist. You're not syncing with me, so good answer. But let's see what Barbara has to put up there. Barbara, talk me through it. Where are we going? Tell me your childhood fears and
so
the one that
disappointed.
you lost as an adult.
I'm so disappointed in myself, BK, because right after I typed that in Press Enter, I went, the dark, obviously, because every kid is afraid of the dark. An adult, you don't really care as much, although I am still afraid of the dark because I'm a little baby. I put heights, and my rationale for that is because as a kid, you're small, and everything seems big. And when you're bigger, and everything else seems smaller. So you might, okay, anyways.
Barbara,
that's big brain right there, really.
Barbara, the Eiffel Tower is the same amount of feet off the ground as it was when I was 4.
But
okay? All right. Yeah, 6 more inches at most. Again, I can't do math. Is not going to make a difference of me falling out of a plane. Okay? I'm a baby and me are going to hit the ground at the same time. It doesn't matter how much more I weigh.
I panicked.
Panic answer. Well, I saw everyone a little bit panicking. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mean to call some people out, but I'm gonna be honest. Allie, you looked a little shooketh on this answer, so I'm gonna come over to you. Talk to me here. You had this fear as a kid, but as an adult, it's no longer there. What did you put for your answer?
Clowns.
Clowns?
When I was a kid, I was I went to the circus and one of the clowns got smacked in the face with a water balloon and his face paint started melting. And that just like traumatized me for the rest of my childhood. But now that I'm older and I played a bunch of horror games, I'm like, clowns are just now.
I don't know. Clowns still kind of scare me. The whole white face thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just can't. I can't get it.
Always smiling.
I'm good. That's
the
one I
clown
still
craze of
have,
2016 definitely didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Good answer, but unfortunately not a match. But there's still hope, contestants, so hold tight as we get on over to there. Talk to me, Quinn. What is your answer here? What is a fear you had as a child, but you no longer have as an adult?
So something I said was the closet. That's my answer, the closet. Like, I was afraid of the basement. I was afraid of a lot of things, but the closet was in my room, and literally and figuratively, it's something I had to like become comfortable with.
Did you always keep the door closed? You always kept it closed? Or are we talking about a different closet that...
No, I'm talking about like actual closets. Like, and you can control what's in there. It's like your old clothes, your toys, everything your parents put it in there, all your traumas just sitting in it. And that scared me as a kid. Like, would just like creak open. I was afraid a boogeyman was gonna come out and like yell at me or something. So I said a closet, but I'm over it now, clearly.
Closet. Well, if you are someone like me who shoves all of their skeletons in there, it can be a very frightening location. And for someone who's, you know, a part of the alphabet army, that too is a place you never want to go back to. So I get the answer, but unfortunately it is not a match with our contestants. But I see where your head is going. I know. Valiant try. We still have some other panelists to get to, so let's see if we can get some points on this board. Femmes, what is happening? Let's get in sync, okay? Resonate, talk to me. What do we got, okay? Where do you think?
I want to apologize.
Uh-oh.
I panicked and I thought about the only thing I was super scared of as a kid, and that was the vacuum cleaner from the Teletubbies. So I put that in.
You're just like...
No, I'm not even guessing. Absolutely.
I get it. I understand why my
valid.
cats are scary. That's a very scary sound as a kid. I get it.
Yeah, so that was my answer. Sorry.
I'm loving the answer. Again, not just a vacuum cleaner, but specifically that insane vacuum cleaner from the Teletubbies is
Oh
nightmare
my
fuel. So
god.
No.
great
Oh, no.
answer. You know, look at you. It's terrifying. And then you get older, you go, oh, they're just a bunch of people in suits. I guess it's not that scary. I don't know. I thought that thing was going to guzzle me up. You had a great answer, but unfortunately, it's not a match here. Ugh, I'm not happy about it either. All right, Avencia, tell me we've got a match here. Please walk me through your fear as a child that you no longer have as an adult. What is it?
So, as a kid, the one thing that terrified me the most was definitely the dark. I could not handle it. I still can't handle it, honestly, but I feel a lot more better because I could at least like look at it to see and squint and figure out if there's something in there. But as a kid, I couldn't do it.
Well
Let's
done.
go. Let's
The
go.
dark.
And
Okay, so
also,
that
as an
is a
adult-
point.
Also, as an adult, if you know
Yes.
you're going to turn the light off, you can just run to your room as quickly as possible. They can't catch you.
No,
So
they're
see,
slow.
even if you're if you're still scared, just run quick to your room, close the door, and you're all set.
Here's what you do. You get smart light bulbs or smart light switch, and you ask your smart home device to turn off the lights after you're already in bed with your eyes closed, so you can't even tell that the lights are off.
That is smart. That is smart.
A little
I
hack.
like that. I like that.
I'm loving that. And I'm learning a lot about you all with your fears of the dark here. Y'all never heard of night lights? Y'all didn't get those in
No.
your house?
No.
Y'all
Night lights
didn't
are
leave
too
the light on
expensive.
over the
No.
stove?
No. Mm-mm.
Nothing?
Oh, no.
What's
Those are
worse
night
is that-
lights over the stove.
Over the stove.
The little light above the stove. Don't do that. The little light above the stove. You
My
don't leave that on
grandma
the
would
kitchen.
yell at me.
I think that
Yep.
would make it worse. It's so far
Yep,
away.
she
And then
said.
you gotta,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, see, we've clearly come from different backgrounds, and unfortunately, my grandmother was white, so that's probably why there's that stark difference there. It's fine, I get it. I am excited, though, because our next question is our bonus point question. Now that we've got some points on the board for Diva, still a chance for either contestants to get these bonus points, all right? So it's the first time we've done it here. We surveyed our Patreon users, that's right, to give us their answers to this. So if either of our contestants end up matching with our Patreon subscribers there, they will be getting extra points in our hot seat segment. All right, so let's keep it posted. Let's keep our eyes on that, and we will reveal those after you submit your answers and we get that question. Okay, if you want to be a part of that too, remember Patreon, they get to do this. All right, which restaurant has the best bread?
Do we have to be specific with the
You
restaurant name?
do you.
Okay.
The question says, which restaurant has the best bread?
I immediately regret my answer once again. I need to stop typing things immediately when my brain does this.
I'm a fast typer. I'm like, got it. And then you think about it afterwards. You're like, oh no, there's no undo button.
Yeah.
Darn it.
I was
Gotta
stuck
lock
between,
in.
I was stuck between two, so I literally just went eeny meeny miny mo.
Back and forth. But again,
But
restaurants.
what is bread? Like, can we
Bread.
define bread just in case? Is that
I
kinda
mean,
like
it,
There you go.
toast? Is toast
it's
bread?
really just kind of up to you what you'd like to consider bread. Although I was very specific, and to be honest, there really is only one right answer. But I don't get to make the answers. I don't get to sync with you. But there is a single location that has the best bread.
I think I understand now.
I
what
feel like I
bread is.
understand. But once I see the answer, I'll be like, maybe we're kind of like half sync. Once I see it.
All right, well,
This
we do have
least
all
we could do.
we do have all of our answers locked in. So, as I finish my bread, we are going to take a look at Diva. Diva, talk to me. What restaurant has the best bread in your mind?
So I said Italian restaurant, not specific, but every time I go to an Italian restaurant, the bread is fire. You got your olive oil, you got your balsamic vinegar, and it is the best bread in the world. So I said Italian. I didn't know if we had to say names because I feel like some
Well,
people
I'm
are gonna
getting
say
a word
names.
I've got a word from our game master. You absolutely have to be specific. Italian could be anything from Jimmy John's
That's
to
cheating.
Okay.
Mario's pizza and
Yeah.
pasta.
Okay.
So
Very
you are getting a
broad.
chance right now, very quickly, to lock in said Italian restaurant as having the best bread.
For here in America, I know everyone loves it. I'm gonna say Olive Garden because everyone loves the bread, and it is Italian
Alright.
restaurant still.
We will allow it. We're going to have that there. So chat, y'all heard the answer. We made her get specific. It's Olive Garden as the Italian restaurant because it's gonna matter here. I saw all y'all faces locking stuff in. None of y'all liked that answer. Okay, no one was happy with the vagueness. All right, we're trying to get matches here. It's same brain. All right, Barbara, why are you melting off the page? Why are
Okay,
you
listen.
melting?
Here's what I did. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I see bread. And I'm like, okay, restaurants with bread, restaurants with bread. Immediately my brain goes to a name that has the word bread in the name because, very soft, squishy brain, no wrinkles tonight. I said Panera Bread. I don't know if they have good bread.
Ooh.
I know they make bread because it's in the title.
But that's smart. That's smart. You
But
said which one has
realistically thinking, I'm like, oh, Red Lobster, Cheddar Bay biscuits, Olive Garden, breadsticks, like Outback Steakhouse has those like amazing rolls. What am I
Oh,
doing?
that's true. See, this is why I was like,
So you put Panera.
I put Panera.
Panera,
said bread.
and you don't even go to Panera.
Should I have said American restaurants?
No,
I could have said
you shouldn't
Italian
have.
restaurants. Wait a minute.
No. Panera's locked in. It's good. You know what? Good answer. Good answer.
Yes. Good
Yeah.
answer. That's
Don't
a smart
clap for that.
answer.
Okay.
Put your
That
hands
is a
Right.
smart answer because you said which restaurant has best bread, and I'm like, Panera does technically have bread,
on
so
Panera.
Shaking my head. Well, as we make sure to double check if any of you have locked in those extra bonus points, we're going to go through our panelists and see what they had to say. All right. So, Allie, talk to me here. Restaurants, you looking like you like a good carb or two here when you feeling spicy. What restaurant got the best bread?
Panera.
You're kidding. You're lying. No way. Is that a match?
I love their bread bowls.
The bread bowl from Panera. Get it.
Okay, not sponsored, but I'm about to go to Panera after this. They got the best bread. There you go. There you go.
I am flabbergasted and so excited to see points on that board. That's what I'm talking about, Ali. No hesitation. You said it with your chest.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Quinn, though, you looking pensive.
Uh-oh.
What
I'm
is
going through
this?
it. I'm going through it
Why
right
are you
now.
going through the 5 stages of bread grief right now? I'm the only one eating the bread right now.
There's so much layers. There's so much nuance to bread. I said Texas Roadhouse.
They have great bread. Their rolls are so good.
Their bread is so good there.
Wait, I don't think we have a Texas here. Now that I think about it, I don't think we have a Texas.
I'm not from Texas either. But I've been to the fake roadhouses that they have in my area.
Right, where my notes at so I can write down which restaurants
Those
to go
rolls
to.
at Texas Roadhouse are unbeatable. Absolutely top
Good.
tier.
They're good. Yeah.
Wow. All right.
The
Well,
Panera
unfortunately, not a
bread.
match, but I'm getting a lot of vouches across the board about this. As someone who does live in Texas, I've made it a point to not attend to one of these roadhouses because I feel like it's kind of sacrilegious. But now that I'm in Florida, I'm going to make sure to have some, okay? But in the
Yeah.
meantime, we are going to take a look at our other panels to see what their answers are, okay? Resni, talk to me. What's going on? What kind of bread are we feeling?
Yeah, so I have a slight suspicion I'm the only European in here. So I couldn't really put like a European restaurant. So I had to think about like what restaurants I've been to in America, in the United States. So I thought, and I've only been to one restaurant that's like not McDonald's. And that is Olive Garden. So I put Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. Okay.
No. Them breadsticks
Wow.
are dangerous.
Even Resni rolling with disadvantage being European here, managing to get a point there for Diva. Diva, aren't you happy we made you get specific?
Thank you. Although I do say that Italian restaurants have the best bread in the world. Olive Garden and balsamic vinegar with everything.
Yes, ma'am.
We are
Absolutely.
loving that match. Olive Garden transcending the national barriers here with that pick there. I'm so excited to see that point. But if last but certainly not least, come here, talk to me, Vencia. What do we got? What did you put? What restaurant has the best bread?
I think me and Quinn are linked up because I definitely said Texas Roadhouse too because their bread, hands down, those butter rolls. You put that cinnamon butter on top.
The
It's so
cinnamon?
good. It's so
So
good.
good. So
All right,
good.
looking for closest Texas Roadhouse. Got it.
Let's go just for the rolls. That's all
Got
you
it.
need.
Honestly, for
Yes,
the rolls, I'll take a rose
absolutely.
and appetizer and call it a day.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Texas Roadhouse is getting far too much free publicity here. So in post, can we make sure to bleep out all the restaurant names there? Because we ain't doing that, baby. But also, can I make a reservation on Toast, or how do I do that? No.
Toast for the
I know I'm
bread.
ashamed. I'm ashamed of you all. No one said Outback Steakhouse, who has the best bread. All y'all liking your white bread. You don't want no brown bread in your life? That's crazy.
Listen,
With the
I
I don't
whipped
have an
butter?
Outback either. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Narn. I do not
That's
have
why I
Outback
make my
Steakhouse.
food. I cook
Narn.
It's not
everything.
hitting. It's not that high. I'm sorry.
It's not that high. Oh, brother. Well,
Wow.
love to see if chat agrees and or disagrees. But we do have some extra bonus points for this question here to be revealed. So let's see if our contestants manage to match our Patreon users with their top responses to the question, which restaurant has the best bread?
Oh, yeah.
Olive Garden indeed was a match with Diva. So Diva is going to be able to get an extra point here from matching with our Patreon subscribers. And of course, Patreon was in sync with this panelist board with the Texas Roadhouse here. I'm seeing lots of jumps for joy. I am starting to see that we are all thinking in sync, and we love to see it here. Oh my goodness, now you got me hungry. I might keep eating this bread, but I think I'm gonna have to get to the next question before I snack. So let's see what we got up there. All right, here we go. This question comes from one of our amazing supporters, one of our Patreon subscribers, Asylum Pilot. When trapped in an elevator, what genre of music would make most people go mad? All right, here we go. You're trapped in an elevator. What genre of music would make most people go mad? Vencia, what is that face? Why are you giving a bombastic side eye? What is that?
You know what? I'm gonna go with my
I didn't think
heart.
this question was gonna be. I didn't think this question was gonna be so divisive already. I'm seeing it.
Spelling? Sure.
Something. I put something, that's for sure.
Think of what I don't want to hear over and
Oh
over.
man.
It's a hard one. I know Resi looked like you looked like you locked it in pretty quickly, or am I mistaken? It seems like you were like one thought, boom. You're still thinking? Oh, is that what the back and forth is now? Oh, I see. You're searching the room for the answers. Oh no.
Wait until you're out.
Oh no. All right, well, breathe. Take it in for a second. Again, you're stuck in a tiny, tiny little box with God knows how many people. And this song or music genre just keeps playing. It's going to drive most people mad, all right? Think with your heart here. That seems to be working across the board. That's all the advice I have, though I'm not playing, so. All right. Sounding like everybody has locked in their answers. So let's take a look at what our contestants have put up on the board there. All right. Diva, talk to me, baby. You're in an
So-
elevator.
I was stuck between two. The first one, I might get canceled, what I'm about to say, because it's the troll song, but I don't know the name of the troll song. Please don't come at me, y'all. It never happened to me. So because I didn't know the name of it, I put polka music.
Ah,
some
like
Yeah, just like
Oh, I
you're in
don't
a
even.
very intense situation and then polka music's playing for some reason. You're not like, right now, I'm stuck in an elevator. So it can kind of make you go mad. That's kind of where I'm leading to it.
What?
It's going to be wrong, but
I really want to unpack this.
I
Who
know.
hurt you with polka music?
I don't know.
What
That was,
ex in your life made
I don't
you
know.
listen to polka music? I'm
So
trying to.
every other song or every other genre, because I like country, I like techno, I like
Mhm.
rock. So I'm like, I can't put the music that I actually like. So I'm like, what's a genre I don't really know or like? So I put
Okay.
polka.
All right. Process of deduction. It makes sense, but I respectfully, I just don't know if you're gonna get a match with these panelists. I'm seeing Abby like closing their eyes. She's like, I'm done. What kind of answer
She
was that?
tried. She
It's all
tried.
right. Okay.
Also,
All right. Well,
what is the name of the troll song? What's the name of the troll song?
I have no
from
idea.
from
I have
the
no idea.
Disney movie or from
No,
the
no.
what's
If
not-
someone's trolling you and they send you a song, what's that called?
the Rick
Rick
Roll?
Roll?
Thank you. That's what it was. It's Rick.
Oh,
I
The
should've-
never gonna
Wow.
give you
Polka?
up.
That
I'm
song.
sorry.
Polka?
I know.
Can
I
we
see-
get everybody's faces on this for a second? Did you
No.
just call Rick Rolling
Roll
Never Gonna Give You Up the troll song?
Yeah, because people troll you. They're like, they send you a link. They're like, I got something to show you, and then that song comes out. So it's a troll to me. Please don't cancel me.
We're no strangers to love here on Same
We're doing
Brain.
great.
I
We
thought
know
you
the
were
rules and
coming
so do
for
I, okay?
Weird Al. I thought you were like Weird Al sucks or something.
See, I like Weird
makes
Al, but I
polka.
didn't know. I'm terrible with names and faces and
It's
songs. So
okay.
I know the
You
name
can
of the
use the
song, just not the
scripters.
artist.
I would have
Nothing else.
allowed it. We would have gotten there. We would have unpacked it, but unfortunately, you didn't double down with it, and
No,
you
I
put
said
a
polka,
genre
and
that
I'm
I thought.
confident.
Okay,
I'm confident.
you said it with your chest. All right, Barbara, talk to me. You're in an elevator. What
Barbara
genre
looks mad at
music
my
gonna
answer.
drive people mad?
Oh, Diva, I'm never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Never gonna run around and hurt you. I was between two. Funny enough, two genres that you said you enjoyed were techno and country, which are genres I'm not a big fan of. So I kind of just went with what I would not want to hear for hours and hours of being stuck in an elevator, which is country.
Country music.
Ironic
You gotta.
because I live in Texas, but that is.
I was gonna say, but maybe not, because that just, I think as much as I love a Beyonce, if I kept hearing in Texas,
It's like
you
scrolling on
hold
TikTok. I hear
down,
that song all the time on TikTok.
down,
Swipe
I
up,
would,
move on.
get me out, I'm good, and I like that song, okay. But after the third time,
Yeah, exactly.
Turn it off.
It's a
you
little
know?
too honky tonk, a little bit so much. You want to get out of there, blow your brains out.
in Minecraft. All right.
Yeah.
So let's see if our panelists have any matches with these very specific genres here. We're going to go over to
boy.
Allie, baby. You're stuck in an elevator. Okay, talk to me. What genre of music would drive most people mad?
I couldn't think of if this counted as a genre, so I was like, kids music, like whatever Baby Shark is.
That is a good answer. I'd allow it. Kids music. I would. I am not listening to no kids bop. Turn it off.
Good.
I want it. I don't want to
answer.
hear children singing.
Very
No,
true.
thank you.
Very good
The
answer.
Great-
changed lyrics.
answer.
No.
Yeah, no,
I
mm-mm.
have a feeling
No.
all of these will be good answers. That's
Yes.
the thing.
Yeah.
These are all going to be
That's
things
what
you
I'm
do
saying.
not want to hear in an elevator.
We're all
Absolutely not.
panicking
Ain't
and
no
stressed.
Baby Shark. Oh,
No.
I would again get me out the hamster. I'm sorry. I'm good.
Oh my god. I've
All
heard
right,
that
but
before.
fortunately not a match, but a great answer. Chat is riling over that. Let's see what we've got here for Quinn. Talk to me. The genre of music you think most people would lose their mind over if they
Yeah.
were stuck in an elevator.
Okay, so something that absolutely drives me insane that would be really awful is ska. Ska, like 90s. Do you know what ska is? Like
Yeah.
Zoot Suit Riot. Like I love ska, but I don't know if I could listen to that for like hours on hours on hours being trapped in a situation.
That's
Just
fair.
like saxophones and trumpets and mozzarella sticks. not a vibe. That's definitely a way to just break a human being's mental. That's where I
Not
stand
even
with
the Texas Roadhouse bread could save you from ska on
that.
repeat.
It could not.
No, it could not.
It might be able to.
It's too
Unfortunately.
saucy. Sky
It
is
is.
too saucy. There's too
Again,
much
it's a
tomatoes. and
good
basil.
genre, but
You
at
can't say
some
that.
level you go, is it the same thing? Is there variety? Is it gonna sound no? Okay.
It's the
So
same.
No,
great
it's-
answer.
You hear
Yeah.
a ska song and you know it's ska. And it's just like that vibe I can't deal with. So
Oh, fantastic answer. But unfortunately not
Final answer.
polka. Not polka. And definitely
was
not no
confident.
country. No. I'm starting to think that there's something going on and you need to lock it in, Diva, okay?
Don't put me in an
All right, but we
elevator. That's it.
That's what I'm
That's
getting
okay.
at.
Yeah. I'll take the
Well,
stairs.
let's see if we've got 2 other panelists left there, so we might still have a match. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, Resni, talk to me. Elevator
Yeah.
music,
So I was
blowing
I
your
was-
mind.
I was struggling a lot with this one because like I like all kinds of music, even the kids pop sometimes. But I wanted to put elevator music to begin with, but then I kind of realized,
That's
yeah, but
funny.
I
Oh
don't know
my
if that
God.
would be allowed, because like the dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
like that thing would drive me nuts. But I work in retail, so there's one type of music that drives me nuts every year, and that is Christmas music. So I put Christmas music because imagine hearing "All I Want for Christmas" on repeat while stuck in an elevator,
Yes.
or like
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd be down
Horrible.
for it.
I no. If I heard Mariah Carey's "Glass Shattering You" on repeat, I think I would bang my head against the wall over and over again. I think that's a brilliant answer, and
Mhm.
quite surprised that someone wouldn't put that, but put polka. I'm really trying to
Really ragging on you for that.
trying to figure it
Oh,
out.
I should have
I
said troll
really,
question mark. Someone help me.
we
Italian
would have.
music?
That's funny. Oh no.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Goodness. Well, unfortunately, not a match, but Christmas music is a great answer. Would love to see it, and I feel sorry for you. I do know what that is like. I too have worked at a few GameStops myself, and once you start, it never stops, and you can't escape. But Vencia, you gotta get me a point on the board here for one of them, and I'm hoping it's the one that makes sense. So talk to me. You're trapped in an elevator. What genre of music would drive most people mad?
So what's crazy is that I had 2 answers. And it happened to have been mentioned earlier, the 2 answers that I had in my head, and I double backed and erased my first choice and switched it to techno because I wouldn't want to hear techno over and over. I wouldn't. And I figured, I was like, country music at first because I was like, yes, it could get annoying, but like, what if it's slow country music? And what if, and
That's a
sometimes country
bop.
music, they tell you like stories and stuff. So like, I could probably like figure out a way to get out the elevator with that playing in the background. But with techno, I can't concentrate.
Yep,
It's going to be, no, I couldn't. I could not.
Here,
I would panic.
I was gonna do techno. Like I was so like, this is the music I personally would hate to hear in an elevator over and over again. But I was like, but everyone here seems like fun and might enjoy like, partying a little bit or like dancing. I don't know. So maybe techno would be more their vibe. So I put country. I like second guessed myself. Dang it.
We were so close.
So close. All of your initial guesses, Barbara, have been on the money. You've gotta find that sweet spot between not second guessing yourself, but also like waiting for your gut to really speak to you here and not going on impulse. And
But I
the
did
same
say
for Diva
heights.
again. You did say heights, and Diva's still here panicking, throwing it at the wall instead of something safe. Again,
I
safe pick.
feel so glad being out the box. Polka, why
Yeah.
not? That makes people think. If you're in an elevator and you hear polka, think about it. What if you get stuck?
I'll
Would
be
that-
thinking
would that
about
drive
you.
Crazy? Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna hear polka music and I'm gonna think I'm in an elevator from this question. Okay, I'm gonna be traumatized.
You're welcome.
Diva, that's what you mean. We're gonna acclimate you to
Absolutely.
some polka.
Oh boy.
I know.
Oh god.
We might have to do a little polka class after this. Put me on that side of TikTok, or don't. I don't use the
Right.
clock app.
No.
But the next question is going to be our final question for this segment, y'all. So this is a big one to solidify these points and bake them before we get into our rapid fire segment. So let's see if we can get some matches there. Let's take a look at this last question. Name an event where flowers are a must. All right. Name an event where flowers are a must. Oh, immediate lock in. You're pacing. You're locked in. You're done. Hands.
This is big
Yeah. Oh,
I got this
okay.
one.
All right.
Yeah.
The swiftness. It's looking like everybody is like really going with their gut here. What's that face, Quinn? What's that? You didn't like that. What's going on here?
There's so many flower moments.
There is.
They
There
really are.
There's a lot of them.
I started listing them down in my head. I'm like, oh no.
Okay. All right, well, here we go. We are going to take a look at with all of those answers locked in. Diva, you had that smug face on as soon as you typed it in. So walk me through, what was your choice here?
So this is current right now with me and my fiance. I said weddings, because you always have to have flowers at an event at weddings.
Weddings, you stupid
I'm
people in
sorry.
love.
I'm sorry, I'm just so
Oh, I'm in
happy.
love. Wedding flowers. Oh my God. It's a good answer. I'm angry about it. Sorry. As you can
Sorry.
tell, a
The
Scorpio
love.
here doesn't
I
believe
send
in
the
love.
love to you. Just take all my love, BK. There you go. Wait,
Oh,
wait.
thank
There you
you.
camera. There you go. Got it.
Thank you.
Or I guess so. There you go.
Beautiful.
Got
Great
it.
answer. Weddings. Now, I'm curious, Barbara, you might be on the same brain there with Diva. What is your answer here for an event where flowers are a must?
Well, actually, as a fellow engaged individual who also just booked my flowers for my wedding, I did not say wedding. I went with more like, I was thinking, when do people get each other flowers? So I went Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Because that's what I was thinking the question was, like, when are giving flowers a must?
That's
You know,
true.
that was
Okay.
kind of where my head was at.
Well, Barbara, I'm going to rag on you. Where does it say giving in the question? Could you read it back for me?
When are flowers a must? You know,
No, It
it
says,
doesn't say
no,
having flowers. It just
no,
says
no,
flowers.
it says name an event
Not this. Ooh.
where flowers are. Valentine's Day is an event, or is it a
event.
holiday?
Valentine's
put
Day
one and the
dinner?
same.
That's an event,
Okay.
technically.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm
All
sick with
right.
weddings.
I mean, wedding is
Oh,
a better answer. I will say that because that is an
okay.
event that you need flowers. But I will say, in the way my brain worked, it failed.
See, I like
Well,
us thinking outside the box. See, now polka
yeah,
and then Valentine's
it is
Day
a
as an
good
event.
answer. At least flowers are typically received during Valentine's Day. And I'm not a panelist. You ain't got to match with me. Okay. Let's see what our actual panelists had to say here. So, LA, talk to me. I want to hear you name an event where flowers are a must. What was your answer?
Graduations, like high school graduation, college graduations, all those types of things.
Very good.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, graduation. That's actually a great one. I just went to a graduation and flowers were everywhere. I mean, what else do you get a graduate? You know, nothing's really gonna matter other than money. And I think flowers are a great option, but unfortunately, not a match, not a wedding, nor a Valentine's Day. So we're not gonna get a point there, but great answer. All right, let's see what we got, Quinn. Talk to me. I need to know. Name an event where flowers are a must. You had the wildest face, respectfully. I need to know where your
Okay.
head was at.
So I'm just gonna say I went with funeral
Good
because,
answer.
like,
Good answer.
you know, I'm dead. What's more celebratory with flowers than putting dead? You cut them, take them from the roots, the stems, put them in a vase, and send them to. That's what I went with. And that could be a party. That could be like joy, like, you know, love, hugs. Play some Daft
No.
Punk, techno, polka. We all know how everyone
Polka,
gets
who
down.
knows?
Thank you.
You never know what's gonna happen. I
I am
definitely
entering my polka era. Thank you.
Polka and
era.
Rickroll at my funeral only.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
I am
So yes, I went with
wheezing.
funeral.
Funeral's a great option. It was my choice, you know. I write out the gate. I immediately thought of that. So we're same braining here. But unfortunately, 'tis not a wedding nor Valentine's Day, though my Valentine's days were often funerals of love. It is not a match.
That's an event.
Funerals of love.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, unfortunately, no match there. Great answer. Chat is freaking out over it, but not a point on the board. We're going to have to go over to Resney to see what they locked in for their answer. Please talk to me. I need to know what event that you chose where flowers are a must.
Well, I got a little bit nervous when everyone started to talk about happy love, being in love, getting married. But then someone mentioned funeral, and I went, yay! Because that was my answer.
Funeral too! I love to see it.
It would be so depressing if it was a funeral without flowers. So I feel like flowers is a must. Yeah.
You
Flowers
guys are getting
is a
way too
must.
happy about funerals. I'm just saying.
I freaking love funerals.
I've unfortunately been to one too many funerals in recent history, so it's the top of mind, and I guess I went with my heart too, so I understand it. But unfortunately, you guys are syncing with the panelists, but not with our contestants. We're supposed to same brain with them, so no points on the board there with that answer. Great answer, but not going to get us a match. So we're left with you, Evancia. Talk to me. Please.
Okay. So I at first thought funeral as well, but I was like, wait a minute. At the funeral, there's only really one big arrangement of flowers. There's not a lot of flowers involved completely in the funeral. So then I thought, what other thing would have a lot of flowers? And I thought wedding. I thought wedding because you got your flower girls, you have the bouquet, you have your centerpieces. There's so much flowers, so many flowers involved. So yes,
And they're expensive as hell. Let me tell you.
expensive as hell.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Cries and
Wedding. Let's go. I'm crying of happiness. That's a point on the board there for that match. Diva getting a point on the board and solidifying those 4 points from our hot seat segment. Now, don't worry, Barbara. Game isn't over yet. And quite literally, during our fast money round, is what we like to call our rapid fire segment, right? Is where you could make or break the game. We've seen comebacks here. All right. So let's buckle up as we get into our next segment, okay? So here's what we're going to do. In our rapid fire segment, we're going to give you a series of this or that questions. But first, before you get in there, each of our contestants are going to have to pick a partner from our amazing panelist group to go into that segment with them to see if they can get enough matches together. So we're going to go through, and the person with the most points, which will be Diva, is going to lock in on their device who they're going to pick as their partner for the next segment. We could take a look at the panelists we do have to choose from. There was a lot of synchronicity happening across the board here, so it really could be anyone. So we're going to make sure that our first contestant here has a chance to lock in that answer, and we'll have them, now that it's locked in, let us know here, Diva, why did you pick this person and who may that panelist be?
I do know this person and I do love this person, so I had to go with Quinn. I'm very interested to see if we'll be in sync.
I literally didn't even think. I was like,
okay, all right. Well, let me take Diva and Quinn.
You have my
Hop into my
sword.
office. Hop into my office, Diva. Okay, we gonna talk for a second. Let me bust it down. All right.
Mhm.
So, talk me through, Diva. Where did this come from? You went with your gut. Did something stand out to you? Was it a response? Why did you pick Quinn?
I feel like I've known Quinn for years, and I'm like, okay, if we've known and talked and seen each other, like, you know, vibing, lurking in each other's chats, I'm like, how in sync are we? So I want to see how this goes. I'm very curious. Also, I love a challenge. I love a good challenge.
Okay.
So
Oh, so
honored,
you wanted
so
to test
honored.
the limits of the friendship here, Quinn, and you look elated. Did you know you were going to be picked, or did this come as a surprise?
Okay, so I've been a huge fan of Diva since I started streaming. Same brain. Same brain. I'm right there with you. You have my
Locked in.
sword. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's all the other things, the rings and the swords. I got
I
you.
knight you.
I knight you.
Thank you.
Bend my knee. I knight you.
Oh, well, this
Thank
synergy is
you.
cooking up over here. Well, I'm excited to see what this pair gets into. But first, we need to see what our second contestant here, Barbara, ends up picking for their partner. Now that unfortunately Quinn is out, we still have quite a bit of our panelists here to choose from. So we're going to give Barbara a chance to pick who they think they're going to take in. I'm looking, I know, I'm seeing Allie, you shaking. Do you feel like you're going to get picked here? Or are you nervous? Like, what's this?
I don't know.
You don't know, you vibing.
I
was
don't
like,
know.
listen,
I'm
it
just
is what it is, baby.
vibing.
It is what it is. All right, okay. We're going to have to take a second here, and we are going to have Barbara reveal who they chose. Who's your partner into this rapid fire segment, Barbara?
So this is tough for me because I feel like I could sync with anybody here, and by that I mean I've done a horrible job so far syncing with everyone. But I feel like we circled each other's answers a few times to the point where I was like, okay, I think we could really nail it in this final round. So I picked Avencia. I think we could do it.
Yeah.
I think we
I
could do
think
it.
so too.
Great selection. Okay, Avencia, Barbara, come on over here. Step into my office. We gon' talk because Avencia, you immediately agreed. What makes you so sure that this pairing is gonna be it for the rapid fire segment?
Yeah, because every time she had like the first answer in her head and she would say it, and then she switched, I was like, that was my answer. So I was like, you're so close. You're so
I
close.
know.
Well, rapid fire is the time where to really think with your gut and go with your heart. There's not a lot of room for second guesses here, so it might work in your advantage. Barbara, are you feeling a little bit more confident in this or that than fill in the blank, or are you still just as nervous?
A little more confident. I like a multiple choice. I like a cheeky 50-50. That's a nice way to go about it. But I also know how to do math and know that there's no way that I can win this game with 1 point. But we're gonna try.
Oh,
We got
don't get it twisted. Did you think that you're only getting a few points here? You must have forgot the biggest and most important part of a rapid fire segment. That's right. We get to bid these points for this segment. So why don't we head on over to our wager selection here. Now, let me bust it down for you one more time because it gets a little complicated and you all know I can't do math. I'm gay. Okay. So you are going to be wagering either none, half, or all of the points you will receive during the rapid fire segment. So the points you already have on the board, locked in, won't be touched, all right? But the points you can get for as many this or that that you get correct matches, you could double them or even half them to take that lead, or potentially risk them all and maybe not lose or tie things up here. So think carefully. You are betting on whether or not you think you will win this segment, that you think you will get more points right, more matches right than your opponent. That is what you're wagering on. Again, the points you have now from our hot seat locked in, we do not touch, but these extra points you're going to get here from the rapid fire here, you could get a lot or none. So the game is still on. That 1 point, Barbara, is not putting you behind. It's
Question, though,
actually
BK.
setting you up. Hit me up. Hit me up.
Did Diva already lock in her answer?
Yes.
So here's the thing. If she wagers none, she gets 4 points. If I wager all and I win, I get 2.
No,
Losing.
you are not wagering the points you already have. You're
Oh.
wagering the points you will receive in the rapid fire segments.
We are
No,
not.
exactly. We've done this too many times because it's not fair, right? There's no way for you to win if you're wagering the points you just got. So those are locked in. You'll have an additional point. But if you get 4, 6, even 3 matches, you could tie it up. So there's still a lot of opportunity here. So be careful with that selection. All right. But it's sounding like our bids have been locked in private. So I think if that is correct, let me make sure I get that confirmation from our game master. We will move to our first pairing. All right. So we're going to have you hang tight, Barbara, and we're going to have Diva and Quinn get ready for the rapid fire segment. All right, y'all, here it is. Once I say go, that timer is going to start. You have 30 seconds to lock in as many matches to these this or that questions, getting those extra points here to see if you can keep that lead. Are y'all good? You feeling good? You shaking it out? Y'all locked in? You in sync?
No.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
You got this.
I'm locked in.
All right. Without further ado, let's run that timer. Good luck. Shopping online or in store?
Are we supposed to answer too?
Tinder or Hinge?
Ooh.
What are these?
Okay. I'm trying.
Bagels or donuts?
Ooh. Oh, that's dirty. Oh, that's dirty.
East or West? Kendrick or Drake?
This is disrespectful, but we all know the answer to this. We are locked in.
I didn't get to do that. I didn't get the vote. It went too fast.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
3 matches. I was expecting
I
a
didn't get to lock in the
lot
last
more
vote.
than that. What was going on, Quinn? What do you mean you didn't get to lock it in? What happened? Talk to us.
The last one, I was like going like this, like dancing, and then I didn't get to press the button.
Oh, you went
To
what?
lock in Kendrick.
I
It was
was
Kendrick,
up.
though.
That's what you went.
I'm sorry, like
You went
like, I started
69
feeling
God.
the music in
Right
my
there.
veins.
That put
Then
me in sync right there.
Yeah, so like it's
Oh,
Kendrick.
no.
Does that count? Can we do
Our-
that? Can you?
No, we
My
can't
fingers
add
weren't
them
fast enough.
in. You gotta get the WAP. Do the stim on the keyboard next time, okay?
Right there, Quinn. We were
Something.
sync. We were same brain right there. I
So
respect you.
close.
Thank you.
I love that the
Okay.
energy is still
Okay.
staying here, though, regardless of, I'm gonna be honest, respectfully, it's the smallest amount of matches we've seen in this segment since we've gone virtual. Had to put y'all on blast like this. So y'all had a lot of confidence, but when it
Okay.
counted, y'all couldn't lock in fully. But still, 3 points. Still good. Can keep you in the lead depending on your wager. But we don't get to hear what that was just yet because we're going to have our second pairing get into that rapid fire round. So we're going to have y'all hold off tight. We're going to bring in
Alright.
Barbara, our next crew here. All right. All right, girlies.
Can we do a quick team
Y'all
huddle?
Okay.
Hit it. Go for it. You
All
have
right.
the floor.
So here's the thing. It's a matter of speed, all right? Even if we don't get matches, we just answer questions rapid fire, all right? We just have to beat 3. It's a low bar. I know I haven't done better to prove myself in this game other than that, but we could do it.
I believe in you. We got this. We
Okay.
got this.
Right.
It's giving, I do believe in fairies. I do. I do. All right. This is it. We're going to run the spiel one last time. When I say run that timer, it is going to be 30 seconds that you have to lock in those this or that questions. Okay. Are we ready? Can we get that thumbs up? Yes, my ladies. Okay. Here we go. Let's think and sync. Hit him with that timer. Instagram or TikTok? Reality TV or documentary? Pencils or pens? Retro games or modern games? PlayStation or Xbox?
Oh, I don't know what you like.
Vegeta or Goku? Physical touch or quality time? Guitar or piano? Oh my God! Insane! The tension, I could feel the stress. I could feel you in sync. Holy cow, 5 matches. Oh my God, Barbara, you were so vocal there. Talk me through how you were getting these synced up answers.
I don't know. I just answered what I would answer and thought like, okay, I feel like our gut instincts are pretty similar based on like the way the other questions in the game went. So I kind of just went for it, but I feel like now I need to learn more about you so I could actually like
Yes.
see if these are right. I'm like PlayStation or
I feel
Xbox.
like-
I don't know.
I
Eventually, I
legit
was gonna
like,
say.
I had no idea. I was like, I feel like most people like PlayStation, so I would go for that.
It was
Please.
good. Was there any question that you kind of were confident on, or was it all just at the heartstrings, just feeling it, straight vibes?
Dude, I thought you were going to say TikTok and you said Instagram and I was like, Because I thought because TikTok humor is very like niche in a way. So
Mhm.
I thought you because of the way you're kind of like that kind of vibe, I thought you liked that too. So then I was like, oh, she doesn't TikTok. She doesn't watch TikTok. Oh no. But yeah, that was the only one I was like,
That one I probably spend more hours on TikTok, but lately I've been like, I feel like Instagram's probably better for my brain. So
yeah.
I kind of go back and forth. So you're not wrong.
Okay.
Wow, I'm loving this budding friendship. And again, I have to let y'all know with those 5 matches, y'all have literally made this the closest game we've ever had. The winner of Same Brain is going to come down to what was bidded. It's going to come down to the wager results. So let's take a look at what points were wagered and how that math is going to break down. Okay. Production is at the edge of their seat. Chat is trying to do the math, y'all. So let's buckle up here. Let's bust down that wager review here and see what we put down. Whew, I'm sweating. Diva got 3 matches and wagered half. So you're going to get this 1 point, making you 5 points. Okay, let's see what Barbara wagered here with their matches. And wagered them all. Barbara got 5 matches and did all or nothing. Oh my gosh, run the math, Game Master. Barbara's got 10 points here, which means Diva is left with only an extra 1. But Barbara is going to be the winner of Same Brain, coming back from a 3-point deficit. And there was no reality we thought it was going to happen like this. Barbara was even doubting the math and somehow winning 11 to 6. Oh, 11 to 4. Barbara is our Same Brain champion for this episode. Can we give a huge round of applause, Barbara? Do you want anything for your acceptance speech? Talk to the masses. Tell chat how you feel.
I mean, I couldn't have done it without my team member, Avencia. Great job coming in clutch, but also everyone did so well. This was such a fun group, and Die Hard Diva kicked my butt the entire time, so definitely a win in my books. And this was so much fun! Yay!
Let's
This was so much fun.
Well, I am so excited to have everybody on here. And again, Diva, you put up a great fight, but that is the nature of Same Brain. It is very much anybody's game, and it's not over till it's over. As you could tell here with Barbara taking that clutch win from that wager, risking it all and killing it in that last round. So we want to give it up for our champion, and of course, not to mention our panelists for today, our fantastic panelist crew, where you can check them all out. Their links are in chat, will be posted in descriptions. Please go follow and support this Oops All Femmes cast, doing they thing on they platforms, killing it as always. And one more big ups to our contestants, again, holding it down, just being such great sports and giving us a match on Same Brain to have us at the edge of our seats. But unfortunately, that is going to be it for us here at Same Brain. I am so glad to have you all here. We want to give so much love to our mod team, A Waste of Space, Nubian Princess, and of course production. That's defined by Kai and Braylon. You can check us all out on our respective platforms. Nothing also would never be possible here on Same Brain without our Patreon subscribers. So please support us so we can keep bringing you amazing content and stay supporting, those who usually are looked over year round, okay? You feel me? So much love, but that is going to be it for me. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Black Crystal, aka BK, and this was Same Brain. We'll see you around next time.